welcome back. I wanted to get that out there, have a bait going on while I'm trying to get bait, right? So it's a little bit of what was left over from yesterday's session, just a bit of shad. It's not too soft, might not last long, but definitely will work. These bibs, I can never find an affordable pair that's not ill-fitting. I mean, look at them, very ill-fitting, but they get the job done. So let's get the job done. A lot of people don't know, but I was actually here during Katrina. I've been living in this part of Louisiana for a long time, since before Katrina. A little bit after 9/11, a little bit before Katrina. And when Katrina was approaching and everything was still working, like phones and stuff, this lady that was a cashier at Vertimart, I can't remember her name, but bless her heart, she's passed away since, you know, then. It's been a few years since she's passed, but she kept texting and calling and repeating this phrase, 18 feet in the French Quarter, Mark, 18 feet in the French Quarter, Mark. And each time it was more and more frantic. I don't know where she was getting that number at, but she was freaked out. I think some source, right? Somebody said that, maybe on the news or something, something stupid, something insane. Well, that's kind of happening now, but not as stupid, not as insane. There's, oh, ho, 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 whoa, whoa. I think we just got robbed. Let's give it a second and see. Yeah, everybody's like leaving comments and texting as if I don't know, as if I don't pay attention to all the data that's available to me about the river and everything. Well, what everybody's freaking out about is the graph coming off the gauge up at Carrollton, but they're not freaking out about what it says the level is today. They're freaking out about what it's predicting the river is going to be at the end of this month, the end of April, which at the moment they're predicting 16 feet and then a crest. But a few days ago, they were predicting 14, and then it was 15, and now it's 16. And as we go through time, they're going to predict something different. But what you got to understand is, and this is where I'm like, don't freak out that much, but don't like get complacent. This is the predictive part of the graph. Okay? It could be far worse. It could come up higher because it changes. The predictive part changes as you go through time. All right? So right now it's saying by the end of this month, a little over 16 feet. And people are calling that a record. And it's not, because we got to go over 17 feet to get into minor flood stage. We could see that, but we don't see that based on the graph. And again, it's the predictive part of the graph that people are looking at. And if you look at that graph, if you don't know what it is, just Google this: Mississippi River flood stages at New Orleans. And top of the page, make sure it's by the US government. Don't go to some private site, because they're gonna feed you some garbage and rip you off and give you cookies. Not the kind you want either. So it's not something to totally freak about, and it's not something to get complacent about. Oh, it's not gonna, it could be that, it could be worse. But if you look at it, it just goes whoop. But in reality, when it's all said and done, it's gonna be dogged. And it might not get to what they say it's gonna get. It might go over what they say. They're not always correct, but when they're incorrect, it's not by like a huge margin. it's going to be within margin. So people are like telling me I should freak out, and I'm just like, shoot, that's nothing, because that's still under 17 feet. We're not even going to have the spillway open. We're going to have some water coming through the slats, through the pins, but we're not going to get an open spillway. We got to go well over 17, or a bit over 17, and then they'll start considering it. They're going to be thinking about it, but they're just going to be watching closely, right? Yeah, it is something to think about when your river's coming up. Like, when you want to fish or you're going to navigate it, you got to think about how you're going to do these things, or where you're going to go do these things when it's fishing. Like, how's it going to change the spot that you're fishing? Well, yeah, the current's going to come up, and you may or may not be able to get in that spot. It might be good, if you're fishing from further back and your bait is in a shallower water than it would be like at this level, because hey, it's spring, it's April, the cats are getting, they're getting ornery, they're getting they're ready to break loose. So by the time this river comes up to 16.5 feet, if it does, or over that, the big cats are going to be up in shallow spots like this anyway. They'll be coming up into these willows. So if you could get into willows without getting whisked away, you could do limb lines. You could even like try to fish. That's where ill-fitting bibs come in order. However, it's a warm day right now. It's not hot, it's 75, and I feel like I have a weak microwave on. We need to put out another bait. I'm pretty sure that fish took that. Before I do that, I'm gonna get out there and catch bait, because I actually don't want to hang out for this entire session with this weak microwave on. Oh, I don't feel so hot anymore. Yeah, this water is still cold. In maybe half a month or more, I could just come out here in some shorts. Oh, some holes here. Ooh. Trying to get close to this current seam that's coming through here. It's the closest one. It could have bait in it. I'm trying to avoid stepping in areas with no clay deposit, areas with just mud, because in those soft muddy areas I sink, and I don't necessarily want to sink extremely so bad that I'm stuck. Ooh, you just saw a fish break the water over there. I wonder if that was bait. Shit. Let's get out of here. Come on. Come on, we gotta hurry up. Damn it. Camera's maybe not doing justice here because it got water on the lens for sure. I was gonna just get bait here and go somewhere else is what I was thinking. And also I was thinking maybe just stay here too. Almost got that fish trapped in the willows, but I got the bibs on. I could always go get them out from over there. Oh no! Oh, dang. What heartbreak. Oh, I got that fish off over there from over here, long distance. Oh, damn it. There's always one or something like that in the first bit of the video. It always seems like that. My most favorite phrase in life, besides "yeah, you're right," is "it's all good. Let's keep on going." Maybe this time I won't get in such a precarious position. I had a hard time getting up out of there to get to this rod as fast as I could, but it wasn't where I was with the net that was the problem. It was kind of the problem, because it gave the fish time to go really far to the right, and I should, as soon as he got into the willows, I should have just went over there. Getting ahead of myself. But it's all good, because I guarantee it's gonna happen. It's gonna keep happening. We're gonna keep getting a bite and catching fish here. We're gonna get one up here. We're gonna get more than one probably, if I stay here. Awesome. Want it close to all that structure, but not too close and not too far away. Oh, ooh, standing on some soft stuff. Oh, there we go. A little better. Keep looking over my shoulder. Well, finally got some shad. I think it's just a matter of time, and then all of a sudden we'll get better stuff. Let's take a break, watch the bait. Okay. I knew it would happen again. I was way over there. We're gonna come out this time so we can play him better without him ending up in that stuff. Little piece of shad. Feels like a decent fish so far. I don't know if we got a trophy. I don't know if we're gonna win any awards, but it feels like a good catch to me. Just getting little bits and pieces of bait so far, but I think if I, oh no, what happened? Oh, it just came off. Damn. 2 times in a row, not cool. Oh, but it happens. What? Okay, so I know it was a catfish because the leader is slimed significantly, like really slimed. I wonder, was that a gaff top? That would be the first of the year out of the river if it was, because look at all that slime. That's a lot of slime for, could have been a blue. Anyway, what I was gonna say, what I'm thinking is, if I wanted to get out of these bibs, I have enough bait just to fish here, but I wanted a mullet. Put on the headpiece. Awesome. Oh no. Oh man, so much heartbreak. I just brought up against something that cut me off. Damn. It's the river. Bird sounds like you're saying central heat, central heat, central heat. Eat your meat, central heat. Many years ago, before this channel existed, I was living in the Bywater, and a friend of mine was freaking out almost every night for about a month or so, because all night there was a bird in a tree across the street from his house that was really loud, and he was trying to sleep and he would just hear this bird, kind of like what we were just listening to, but the bird kept changing its song, right? over and over, different things. And then one night he had it. He'd had too much. He was ready to fight back. So he goes out there and he starts shaking the tree forever and ever, screaming at the bird. And all of a sudden, a little speaker fell down and hit him on the head. I switched to an octopus, fresh. The other hook was sharp too, but not working out as good. This is brand new. This is sharp, and this is not a size 6. This is not a 6/0. I'm sorry. This is like a 3 or 4. I don't want to go to a big hook just yet. Could, it doesn't really matter, but the biggest reason is because the baits are small. I haven't been able to get much fresh bait. The bite has slowed down, probably because we're so close to the full moon, and when the moon was around the level of the trees across the river, the bite was pretty good. But as soon as it got up higher in the sky, now it's really high up, the bite started to slow down. It's just my observation. I don't think it's dead, I don't think it's done, but it is much slower than what it was when I got here. It's not like it was absolutely crazy when I got here, but it was better than it has been for the past maybe hours or so, or 45 minutes. It hasn't produced much, but what just happened, for years I've fished this spot, and I haven't had so many cutoffs from debris like this year, and they're all right over in there somewhere. You never know what's going to show up or get washed out. It was buried. You never experienced it because it was buried, and all of a sudden it's not buried. Could get a bite right now as this wake comes in. It's pretty substantial. Look at this. I mean, we had it tapped soon after I put it out there. It's only been a few minutes. What I say, hopefully I don't jinx it by saying reward. It's gone to the right again. I want to get him past the willows because we lost one in there. If he goes in there, I'm going in there, but he's not going in there. He's up here with us. Oh, so is the sand spike. Here we go. Little bit of cut shad. Oh, I think we have a flatty. Yeah, not a big one, but an average size for here. You get a lot around this size right here. Yeah, cute too. Look how pretty that one is. Wow. There's no way to be 100% certain if switching to this octopus is what made it happen. Oh, that came out so easy. Anecdotally, it appears to have worked, right? Switching to a hook, smaller, or just a different style hook. It's not necessarily much different in size, but much different in style. Yeah, you're right. No matter if they're big or if they're small, it's always really cool to catch a flatty. He's trying to be a slappy, a face slappy. Look at that big mouth. It's gonna just get bigger. How do I know he's gonna get bigger? Because I'm not keeping him. I'm gonna let him go. Why not? Come on. thing about catching flatheads with cut bait's got to be super fresh. Now I have a little bit of shad still from yesterday, but with that in mind, we're just using a bit of what I just caught, keeping it cold, that way it doesn't go soft too quick. Let's put this right back out there, kind of like what I just did before. Like, start off with it with the grouping of pylons so it doesn't drift too far to where whatever was cutting me. Whew. I know people down in the comments might be trying to correct me. Those aren't bibs, those are waders. I'll call them what I want to. Bibs. I was in the middle of a battery swap. Okay. I'm gonna hoss him just a little bit at this point to get him past where those willows start, because I don't have the bibs on. What I tell you, always nice when there's a bit of reward after too much heartbreak. It's just not a trip to Mickey D's or a bowl of chocolate. It's some fish. Catches, really. Good, decent catches. Not trophies, but they're not L's. Okay. We're hitting our bases. What's next? The channel cat? Because we got the flat base and now the blue base. Blue base. Nice one in the corner of the mouth again. Easy peasy. Not a giant, for sure. Not gonna do like some kind of fancy show off here. We'll just look at the other side. Got a bit of a scruff mark on his head. He's already getting into the tussle out there. He's got some parasites on him, on his fins. Okay. Yeah. Right back out there. The only problem is we're gonna release them into the shallow stuff because I only have what we're gonna do. I only have my deck boots on. They're only ankle high. Oh! You want to try that again? I don't think so. I think you got it. Yep, I'm retreating. The bugles have gone off, and now I'm going off. Yeah, you're right. Always nice to get a little bit of reward after some heartbreak. But don't fool yourself. Don't be like, oh, that's only happening because it's you. If I was there, I would have got them all. Maybe, but maybe not. Like I said, don't fool yourself with the river. It's not easy. There's always changes. You could fish a spot like this over and over, think you know it, and then the next season rolls around and there's all these different things you never experienced before. Yeah, it's a lot of mess, but there's reward after heartbreak. Well, there should be anyway. Hey, thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, being a subscriber, being a member of the channel, and I will see you next time.